Welcome back. I trust that in that break you were able to maybe have a bit of communication with somebody close by or in fact with yourself. Let's look at, I believe, something that's imperative in life, the ability to truly negotiate. And in order to do that, we've got to understand a few concepts. That the foot in the door salesperson that most people seem to have a perception of is not what I condone. What we're about to understand is how you can truly and effectively negotiate anything by helping the other person first get what they want, and as a consequence, you get what you want. Let me set the scene. Who's ever wanted a pay rise? Okay. Let's imagine this organisation here, this hypothetical ABC company that we work for, has been trading 100 years. And in that trading period, what's happened is that I've been part of that whole journey for the last 10. And in that 10 years that I've been there, Colin, you've been my boss. You've occasionally rang me at 3 a.m. in the morning, said, please get up, go and turn the alarm off. I've done whatever's been asked of me. I've been ethical in my behaviour and I've been conscientious, everything. My wife announces the good news. She said, we're about to have another baby. You need to go and see Colin and ask for a pay rise. We need that extra money. So with all that powerful history behind me of the 10 years that I've been working there and the loyalty and the integrity that I've produced and demonstrated, I'm confident. It's Friday afternoon, I walk into Colin's office and here's my question. Listen carefully. Can I have a pay rise? Colin looks at me and says, no. I stand my ground. Can I have a pay rise? No. In the flash of my mind, in the flashbacks of my mind, I think of all the 10 years, of all the things I've done. As I go home that night at the dinner table, I report the good news to my wife. She's horrified. What about all the things that you've done? And of course, she reminds me, she's kept a note, a mental note, everything that's ever been done for that organisation. On Saturday, we're brooding. On Sunday, we're reflecting. On Monday, how do I feel when I come back to work? Sabotage. Let's press a few buttons. Question. It's very important you think about this. Who failed in the communication? Myself, Colin, or both?
Both.
Both. I failed. And here's the worst part. Not only did I fail, but I'm going to blame him for the next 40 years of my life as I go through life miserable. It's all his fault because of my circumstance. I actually failed. You see, the question I asked was the wrong question. I still want a pay rise. Let me reframe the question. As I walk in on a Friday afternoon, same needs, here's my question. Colin, what do I have to do to get a pay rise? What can I now not get from him? Either a yes or a no. He might respond by saying, well, Gary, we don't have enough cash flow, I understand, so what would I need to do to help you? Generate more cash flow, make more sales. What else? You'd need to work an extra hour in the morning, an extra hour at night. What else? Well, you'd need to help me in some other areas. What areas? And after he's exhausted, I say, so let me just clarify. If I was able to work an extra hour in the morning, an extra hour at night, increase sales, help you in some of those other administrative areas that you just mentioned, would you then consider my request? What would inevitably and invariably he have to say?
Yes.
Yes. And here's already, before we even teach this skill, the first important thing, that in life, in order to get what you want, you must first help the other person get what they want. Think about a salesperson. Let's use a car dealership without being too rude. We've all probably had that experience. You walk on a car yard, you look at a particular car, somebody jumps out from nowhere and says, you're going to love this car. It's got beaut air conditioning, which in our hot summers will keep you cool. And after 5 minutes of rambling on, he or she, the salesperson, eventually stops. You look at them and say, I hate air conditioning, I like to sweat. You see, too often we start negotiating by telling people what we can do for them, as opposed to really establishing what they're looking for. Many years ago, when I left this large organisation to start my own business, I created a concept which I'm about to share with you on the whiteboard now, called the jigsaw puzzle. What I'd like you to do is just make a few notes. I'd like you to write down jigsaw piece 1, leave a few inches, jigsaw 2, jigsaw 3. Let's put a bit of colour into this. Above jigsaw piece 1, I'd like you to write the words, a clear objective. What do you think I mean by a clear objective above jigsaw piece 1, 2 and 3? What I really mean is it's important when you're negotiating that you're clear on exactly what it is you're asking for so that you focus in on that. In other words, if you're wanting to see a bank manager about a loan, what's the objective? To get a loan. Anything else is peripheral. Down the side of the page, or in this particular case the whiteboard, I want you to write the words concept. Because what we're about to learn together is a concept, not a technique. And why that's important for you right now watching this video is that we're not